Here at Nonsense Wars, we've been running trains in the park with wide radius tracks for quite some time now, but all of it has belonged to friend of the channel, Nick Jackson. I finally decided to buy some myself with an eye toward testing some future models that won't run on R40. I got 4 packs of BrickTracks R104 for the retail price of $100, just enough for a full circle and plenty for this mini review. These tracks come 8 to a box printed with the name of the product and some images. The BT packaging actually feels sturdier than the Lego packaging, and you don't need to break destructible tabs to open the box. Still, I doubt buyers plan to keep them. I sure don't plan to, so it does feel like a bit of a waste. The kits don't include any additional packaging. The tracks just come tied together with rubber bands. This seems quite adequate given the construction of the boxes and the kind of item placed inside. I highly doubt anything will break. Remember that LEGO did practically the same thing for boxed 9-volt straight and curved tracks. You can see how the BrickTracks R104 curves compare to the official R40 curves. The texture and color of the former actually seem pretty close to that of the latter. BT almost certainly uses injection molding rather than 3D printing, and the overall design and quality feel much, much better than the piecemeal ME models system from a few years ago. Do note that with more than double the radius, R104 needs double the number of significantly longer track sections to complete a full loop. The clutch power feels pretty good for stud connections and very strong for track connections. For better or worse, we sometimes have difficulty clipping the tracks together for trains in the park sessions. Unfortunately, we don't have a good empirical way to evaluate the stud or track connections, but you can hear the clicks at the end of the video, and I have performed a totally not rigorous experiment. Here you can see 2 S-bends of 6 pieces, one made of official track and one made of BT track. I shake them both at the same time, and the assembly made of the official track breaks first, despite its shorter length and therefore lower bending force. Again, the stiffer connection is not necessarily better, but it is what it is. At the very least, I have no doubts about durability. We have used this track outdoors, often at least partially in the sun, for more than a year, and they have held up much better than some earlier 3D printed parts. We might have close to 100 hours of pretty heavy running on some of the oldest sections. Overall, the clutch strength has persisted and the color hasn't faded. Finally, 2.5 times R40 still doesn't make an actual 2-scale curve. At 1/48 scale, 104 studs translates to about 130 feet, far short of the 400-foot minimum radius used on most North American railways. You can see that 2 P85s on an R104 still have a fairly sharp angle between them, though nothing compared to R40. Wide radius still looks better, and reduces rolling resistance and therefore wear on all drivetrain components. Anyway, get subscribed for a future R104 only build and have a nice day.